Okay, so look, you guys can see exactly what we got right here, right? There are a few ingredients to this. You know what I mean? We got our pasta, so this is the first thing I'm gonna start with. And then we got marinara sauce. If you guys wanna know how to make it, I have a video on how to make your own. I'm just teaching you guys how to make, delicious meals and have them ready within like 30 or 40 minutes, you know what I mean? Without having to cook so much, right? So we got some other ingredients right here, and this is gonna really be the star. This is really what cuts it down. I'm gonna shred this down, and this is gonna be the chicken that we use to, go ahead and stuff. Don't forget the full ingredient list is on my website. That's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. All right, so look, what I'm gonna do now is just go ahead and get my pasta ready, right? So I always add a couple of pinches of salt. Set that over here. Let me get myself a spatula or wooden spoon to do, right? You just want that to dissolve. Now I'm finna show you guys a little bit of a trick. Look at what I'm getting ready to do. I'm getting ready to take this right here, this chicken bouillon. I know some of y'all already hip to this. We just want to go ahead, instead of using our liquid, you know what I mean? We just put a heaping tablespoon in here. Now we want that to just, look at the watercolor change, right? Along with that salt, this gives it a little bit of like a level up on flavor. You guys not doing that? Trust me, folks, it makes a difference. All right, so you see, look, I'm using jumbo shells. You guys use whatever you guys have, you know what I mean? But you want to get jumbo, you want to have them big enough where you can like work with them, right? Now, I read on my box, to get these al dente, I need 9 minutes. So I'm gonna drop these in, right? And I'm finna set myself a timer for 9 minutes. Then we're gonna go ahead and get it out of this water so we don't continue to cook. All right, so listen, as we getting our pasta, we trying to get it to al dente, right? Don't forget, you guys got to read the instructions on the box, because each manufacturer or the person that, makes it, they always tell you exactly how much time it needs to be al dente, right? So now I'm just taking off some of this dark meat, just breaking it down, because I'm gonna go ahead and shred. Again, having a rotisserie chicken just saves so much time. Easy to break off of the breast, right down. You just trace it right down this bone right here. Look at that right there, and the meat just comes off. Now I want you guys to tell me, since you know that we're gonna be doing some stuffing, what do you do with this right here, with your skin? I usually give it to everybody, and those who want it, but I'm gonna go ahead and just throw it out. Reason being, we don't want to have none of that rubbery, even though that's a lot of flavor, you know what I mean? But we don't want to have that in there. So all I'm gonna do now is just shred this down, and get the meat that I need, and then this recipe goes together so fast, you guys gonna love it. Okay, folks, so listen, I just finished, shredding down my rotisserie chicken, right? So this would be a great time for us to go ahead and preheat. I hit bake, and we're gonna go to 375. However you guys, oven work on your end, that's what you gotta use. I hit start, and now that's going. Let's just talk about what we got done. I've already pre-shredded my, mozzarella cheese. I already did this before, so I just measured it out. I have that here. Inside of my Pyrex, this will be my ricotta. That's ready to go. And then I got a 1 cup measuring cup, just so that I can get about 2 cups of shredded chicken, right? But now we gotta go ahead and prep, our Parmesan. So I'll just go ahead and do it like this. And then, okay, so when you're doing this, you only need about, I'm gonna say about a 1/2 cup. So let me get this going. But I've always told you guys it's best to go ahead and shred your own. And if you can avoid buying pre-shredded cheese, do it. Why? Because it got that wax, I ain't gonna call it a chemical. I just say it's like waxy, film on there to keep it from sticking. Anyway, when you look in the bag, now that you guys are hearing me say that, if this is the first time you heard it, go in your kitchen and go look through that window and you'll see what I'm talking about. That white little film, that's what it is, that's wax. And when you pre-shred your cheese and you do it from a block, it melts better. All right, and there you have it. It looked like I shredded a little bit more than a 1/2 cup, but that's all we're gonna need. But you got extra if you need it, folks. And you always wanna shred a little extra anyway, because it ain't nothing like topping anything, when using that Parmesan. All right, so this is what we're finna do. I'm gonna try to get all this so you guys can just see everything that we took the time to go ahead and measure, right? All of this needs to go in here. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this in here and we're gonna get it all incorporated and get it mixed well. Only thing I haven't done yet was mince my garlic. So you know what, to be honest, since I got it already in my hand, let's go ahead and just start with that. It doesn't make a difference how you do it. You start with it, put it in the middle. It doesn't matter. But the main thing is we just want to get it minced, right? Use the back of a knife or anything. You can use a spoon, you can just use the handle and you'll come out just fine if you have one of these type of mincers. Other than that, you can take the time and do it old school, the way my grandma used to have me doing it. Now that we got that done, let's just go ahead and get all of these ingredients in here, right? Nothing like minced garlic, man. The smell from that, or should I use the right word, the aromatic, that it kicks back, right? And then we come to the, our ricotta cheese. Now I know I can see all of the questions right now and all the statements. Everybody's saying, AB, I don't like ricotta. You guys got to trust me. Everybody said they didn't like it either. You know what I mean? But then when it came time to eating it in that spaghetti that I made, and that was that $1 million spaghetti, folks. Read the comments and you'll see how many people just said, oh man, this is fire. You know what I mean? Give it a chance, folks. But you can always do a Google search too and find out what kind of substitution you can make for ricotta cheese. You guys use sour cream, but I'll leave a little research up for you, for you guys to go ahead and take care of. And then our parm. And then we got to have a little bit of that Cajun / Creole, seasoning. And you guys know the tool of choice for me. And I'm about to hurry up and stop because I'm about to sneeze. But that's that Creole kick. All right, so that's what you want to have. That's a good mixture. It's going to get mixed again, but I'm going to set that off to the side and I'm going to bring this into play. The reason I'm doing this, because if you guys see me do it in the past, and especially when I'm cooking like at home, right? A lot of times, man, I don't be measuring. You know how we do when we at the house, you know what I mean? But since I'm doing a teaching video, what I want to do is I just want to get some of this in here and I want to measure it. And then now I'm just breaking it down to a manageable size, right? Anything that kind of like stuck together, them little chewy pieces that you get when you're eating chicken, now's the time to get rid of it, right? So I just shred this down. I do like it to be a little bit more on the chunky. You guys can take a couple of forks and just shred them like that if you would like. But I like for these to be a little bit more on the meaty side, right? So we'll just do this. Now, again, this is 1 cup. You're gonna need 2 cups. And then for me, I'm gonna probably put 2 cups and a half because I just like everything a little bit on the meaty side. All right, so that's what 2 cups look like. Look at that right there. And then look how much, shredded chicken that we got left over. Man, these make for great burritos, or you can double this and still get a couple of burritos out of it. Either way, I'm finna put this in the refrigerator and we finna move on. Next, we just gonna go ahead and just work this in the inside, right? You just wanna make sure that all of this is mixed thoroughly, with our chicken. Real easy, a simple recipe. Again, I can't stress this enough. This is an excellent one for like a beginner. You know what I mean? You can get your confidence up because we finna create something great. Nobody gonna believe you made this. They might say, hey, you might have a little Italian in you. Next, look, this is what this bowl is for. Look, this is 24 ounces, right? Roasted garlic marinara. I've already shaken the mess out of this, so we want to get it all in here. Now, the reason we doing this, because we're gonna mix this with a little bit of this broth, right? And it's gonna help it, the texture of it. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Because when I go ahead and add it, pour it over the top, you don't want it to be as thick as it is here. Just a little bit more. So that's where this comes into play, all right? So now we just break this down. Oh yeah, you guys can see the way it's like splashing around in here. That's the right consistency there. This is gonna play a big part, before we put this in the oven. Now I'm gonna set that over there. We got this together, that together. Now, we take this. We got some non-stick spray. Go ahead and get that going. Trust me, folks, you wanna use it, because if you don't, whoever does your dishes is gonna be angry. Now that we have that spray, look, now you wanna go ahead and get some of your pasta shells, right? Just one in particular. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and get myself I'm gonna start with like a smaller spoon. You don't need to have no big one, We'll just bring that. Let me start like this. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this. Now we're gonna get a little bit of that in there. It might get a little messy, folks. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be fire when it's done. It'd be worth all of the trouble. Now, this is the only thing you ask me that's a little bit more time consuming, right? So you just wanna get it like this. Make sure you got enough in there so everybody can enjoy it. Then once you have it in here, you can gauge about how much you need to have on your spoon, and you'll be able to do this in one shot. Now, put it there. You guys got it. Now I'm just gonna lay them all in here, as many of these as I can find that haven't tore up or nothing like that. So I'm gonna quit talking. I'm just gonna show you right now. Open it. I got a judge on about how much I should put in there, all right? So I guess I should have said I got an estimate. Okay, folks, so look, as you can see, look, I got this one stuffed. It seemed like right when I got to the end, I was able to stuff them the right way. This right here looks like it's ready for a photo shoot by itself, and it's not even done. But I'll bring this out here like this so you guys can see it. Let me bring it down here, let it focus in on that. Look at that right there. Then I'll take it like this. This is how you want to have them stuffed. Next thing we're gonna do is I found a little spot, made a little room for it, and we're gonna put it right there. Now, some of these look like, they could have been stuffed a little bit more, but no worries. What we're finna do right now is really finna get y'all going. So let me go ahead and bring my sauce into play. And then if you have some extra ones, it's up to you guys what you want to do with them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just say this right now, we just throw them away. Now this is gonna be the part right here to get your brain to working. You know what I mean? Get your mouth going, the whole shebang. Now I got my marinara, and look, I'm gonna take it, and we're just gonna add it like this. I'm gonna take it all the way down here. We bring it up this way, bring it down, bring it on that side. Trust me, you do have enough, folks. You know what I mean? Just be mindful about how much you pouring. Now we got that oven, it's ready to go. And then, you know, I always preach to you guys, listen, we gotta have the right tool for the job. Now this is kind of like, I hope you guys can see that's like a spoon / spatula. You know what I mean? So it does the trick as far as working on the side. You wanna pick something up like that. But you guys are getting the gist. Look at that. Look at the colors, right? You see how we see it? I'm not finna brush it or anything else. I do wanna get a little bit over here like that. You know what I mean? After I said I don't wanna brush it, but this right here will be enough. Now, once we put it in the oven, it's gonna get nice and hot, and then it's gonna start to settle in, right? So now, let me just clean that up, and then we're gonna put a top on it. Meaning we're gonna put a aluminum foil over the top. Now we're gonna go in the oven for 30 minutes, folks. All right, shiny side up. You put this over here like this. Cover, did it like that. Again, we already at 375, and I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. All right, so you see it all. You know, I had to take some pictures of it. You know what I mean? It kind of like gives it a chance to like cool, but it is cool a little bit more than I would have liked it to do. You know what I mean? Because I do like to eat hot food, but you know, we got to take them pictures. Anyway, I'm not finna ramble. You know what? I went ahead and just tasted a little bit of the sauce. The sauce is, I promise you that. So listen, you know it's going to be good. So I'm going to go ahead and just go ahead and get me a piece right here like this. Ooh. Oh man, let's just hit it like, That's just so soft. You know what? You see that, y'all? Cheers. Let's go ahead and just dig in. Now, if you guys ain't never made stuffed shells before, please try these. And the ricotta really make it. You know what I mean? Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys gonna use if you don't do it. But I'm gonna eat a few of these. Hold on. Man, that right there is fire. I ain't faking no funk. Always. Anytime you have chicken, you know what I mean, you got a red sauce, you know it's gonna be fire. I promise you that. Now listen, we could have did that. We could have did it with ground beef. We could have made a seafood version. You guys let me know what is your favorite all-time stuffed pasta shell. And if I don't already have made it, you know what I mean, maybe I'll take your idea and make it, put the AB twist on it and go from there. Now this right here is right. And don't forget, we leveled up and, you know, boiled our pasta in that chicken stock type of water, right? We put that that chicken bouillon in there and ooh. All of this is fire. Just let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below after you try it. Now, if you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and just tell everybody out there there's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And you know what I'm about to do, folks. This time I'm finna give me some water because I've been on Kool-Aid too much, and I'm out. Peace.